everyone, and welcome to the Legendary Garage Sale Find video. Firstly, Happy New Year everyone. I know by the time you're watching this it is already February, but it was such a crazy busy January that I truly have a backlog of videos to showcase all the great finds I've been picking up just in the past few weeks. So I've been really excited to share this particular estate sale haul because, as you might notice, I'm filming in a different location than I usually do for the Garage Sale Find videos because this estate sale haul was a Godzilla fan's dream. But before I get into that epic haul, I wanted to go over two special contributions I got over the holidays from family and friends who said they had video games just lying in the corner collecting dust and asked, "Do we want to take them?" And yes, I do. So, firstly, I had lunch with a good friend of mine I hadn't seen in many years, and she brought me this bag full of video game items. Firstly, there were 9 Xbox 360 games. Here we have the Sega Superstar Tennis, Assassin's Creed, Portal 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Saints Row 2, Skate 3, and this one I haven't seen in a while, the Sega Dreamcast Collection. There were also 2 discs that were in these cases that are a little extra. You have Minecraft and Pac-Man Adventures 2. The bag also had in it a red-ringed white Xbox 360 and a white Kinect sensor. Now, I hadn't seen one of these before in white before. That was pretty interesting. And at the bottom of the bag, there were also 3 inoperable controllers that are missing their backs, so I couldn't test them. But I'm probably going to part them with the Xbox and sell the Kinect separately. So thank you, Elle, for that contribution. Next, we have something I picked up from my cousin. This little stack of PlayStation 2 games. Here we got the Simpsons game, Pro Fishing, Star Wars Episode 3, Wizardry, and Shining Force EXA. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. But thank you, John, for that contribution, and I hope you find the other PlayStation games that you want to donate. So, before I get into the epic estate sale, I want to give you a little bit of background on this sale. I knew about it for over a month and still debated going to it, even up to a week before it happened. But they kept posting pictures online of Godzilla items, more and more items I could see directly in the pictures or in the background. So I was kind of talked into it by my friends who said, just do it, go enjoy yourself, pick up all these things, because I knew I had never seen these things ever again in the condition that they were in. So I went the night before the estate sale in Austin with my cousin, and we had ourselves a great time. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the footage right now, and then we'll get back with what I picked up. Okay, everybody, so I'm about to enter this Godzilla estate sale. Well, more than just Godzilla stuff. And we'll see if they'll let me wear my camera on in. So stay tuned.
In the hallway.
I was like, the best way to lose a friend is to make me remember. That's what
Get that stuff.
Yes. That was a very real hostility.
Godzilla.
I'm going this way, sorry.
Okay, everybody, so I'm going to jump in with some commentary about this sale while my camera is partially blocked by all the great items I was picking up. So you might have noticed that I immediately went in and just started grabbing anything Godzilla related. Namely because while waiting outside in line, even though my cousin and I were fourth and fifth in line, we overheard a lot of people behind us talking about the Godzilla items. So even though this estate sale company was letting in 15 people at a time into this relatively small place that we were literally walking over each other, I didn't want to take the chance that the next few people coming in were also Godzilla fans that were going to grab everything that I was second guessing and buying. So I wasn't really concerned myself with price at the time. Well, not until checkout, of course. But here you'll see the estate sale people set up a whole table for our items because in our first run, we filled up our bags and our hands with great finds. Now, I fortunately don't remember the name of the estate sale company. I do remember a nice guy named Mark and an attendant named Sandy that were super helpful. So if you do estate sales in Austin, Texas, I hope you come across them because they were extremely helpful. Now, while looking over the items and hearing people's stories in line, I got the impression that this was some store items. So I learned that this estate sale was owned by a famous Austin collector that once owned a pretty awesome toy store by the looks of it, given that some of the items I picked up still had old price tags on them. And the merchandise he must have had in his store was so diverse because there was so many great things from American and Japanese horror, anime, Art Deco, old vintage Halloween. They had that and more at this estate sale. And I really could have spent like the whole day looking because even though I consider myself a fan of Japanese and sci-fi horror and anime, there are a lot of items I just didn't recognize. So I couldn't really tell you if they had some worth that I just didn't know about. Now, there were some collectibles that I saw in the pictures that I wanted to grab, but by the time I picked up all the Godzilla items, those items had been picked up because I did have reselling in mind for some of the items I wanted to grab. But unfortunately, they were gone because I think other people knew their worth as well. Now, here you'll see me adding stuff to our yet growing haul pile. But I was kind of surprised that even given all the books that you see in the footage, there weren't any Godzilla books. But there were some magazines and other media for Godzilla that I did pick up. Now, a lot of the time I spent looking for a particular Godzilla item, I didn't realize my cousin had already picked up. So I was pleasantly surprised when we checked out. And here I'm picking up a wonderful Bandai figure of one of my favorite Godzilla monsters. Let me see. These are laser discs? These are laser discs. Goodbye. They have any Godzilla ones.
They're two a piece.
Okay.
$5. Let me see here. Wow. I'm getting these. Right over there. Looking for fighter parts. I can't see her under the light. You can get back. Okay, everybody. It was an exhausting few hours of buying. But we're gonna take all this stuff back home and we'll go over it individually. I'll tell you what I got. Have a good one. Okay, everybody. So here we have the first set of items I'm gonna go over from that amazing estate sale. And I believe one of the best super buys from that estate sale is this. Marvel Godzilla issue 1. You might have seen there were a bunch of comics laid on a table, and of course issue 1 grabbed my eye and I picked it up really quickly because It's one of the issues I do not have from the Marvel Comics run, along with the issue where Godzilla fights the Avengers. So this book is in really good shape. At $10, I thought it was quite a steal. And I never thought I would pick it up at an estate sale. Now, all the other comic books were marked at $10, so I decided to only get the ones I really needed or needed an upgrade from. So I also picked up issue 2, which is a definite upgrade condition-wise from my issue of 2 I already own. Now, here we have a couple of Japanese sci-fi magazines that caught my eye. I believe it's pronounced Markalite from the early 90s. And this one, of course, showcased a new movie you might have heard of, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Really nice magazine. I've been enjoying flipping through it. And I've only been able to find 3 issues of this magazine, so I'm not sure if they made any more, but I have all 3 of them right here. There's 1. Issue 2, which is dedicated to the 25th anniversary of Ultraman. And issue 3. It showcases the Ishiro Honda era of Godzilla, along with a really nice article about Miss Nimikawa from Monster Zero. And here we have a couple anime magazines from the early 90s. I decided to pick them up because I really like that nostalgia era of anime. Now, next up, we have this Monster Anguirus Final Wars figure. Surprisingly, it wasn't a figure I was able to get when Final Wars came out, but so I was so surprised to find it at this estate sale. The only other figure I remember seeing was a Bandai Destroyer of the smaller scale. Not the original 1995 one, but I decided to pass on that one considering I already have a Destroyer. But I was happy to find Angus considering he's one of my favorite non-Godzilla monsters. And over here we have 2 unique items that I've never really come across before. So here we have some holographic Godzilla action stickers. I don't think you can see the holograph movement in the camera. But these were released by Imperial in the mid-80s. On the same time where they were releasing their famous Imperial figure, all the inflatables and all the other little Godzilla products they released around that time. So I decided to pick that up. Now, if anybody knows any information about this particular mask, I'd greatly appreciate it. Just put it in the comments because I haven't been able to locate any kind of sold comps or any kind of value on this particular Godzilla mask. It is from 1991, if you can see that there. There were 2 of them, and I picked up the one that was a little cracked, but still, it is a cute little chibi Godzilla mask that I knew I would never see again, so I decided to pick it up. I think it was like $4 or $5. And here we have this awesome Godzilla bank. Now, I remember seeing this in a catalog a long time ago, and I never think I would actually find it because it is actually a sound bank right here. And Godzilla roars 2 times once you put a coin in. Now, it was designed for Japanese money, but anything bigger than a quarter does set it off. I don't have anything right now where I would give it a shot, but maybe I would do a little clip of that going off. Now here we have 2 impressive pieces, still in the original boxes, even though the boxes are a little dinged up. I don't know how to pronounce all this Super Godzilla Monster War title, but here we have a set from the 1992 Godzilla vs. Mothra movie, which includes, I don't know if you can see them in there. We have Godzilla, Mothra and Batra larva, and I believe the diet building. Never removed from box, although it is not technically sealed, but it still looks amazing. Let's flip it around for you. And here we have another set still sealed in box. I should say the figures are still sealed, but the box's tape is actually worn off. Again, like the other one, is kind of dinged up here, but still all its graphics are there. But this one includes, we got older style Rodan, Mothra, and Mothra Larva up there, if you can see that. King Caesar, Gigan, King Ghidorah, which is the newer style, because I believe that's the movie that this set was based off of, and Godzilla, and older Mechagodzilla. So there you go, guys. There we have the first set. We're going to get on to the next set of items. Okay, everybody, before I get on to these little set of minifigures, I just want to let everybody know if they have any particular knowledge about any of these items. I wasn't able to find a couple of them to figure out exactly what they were or their real value, even though I'm keeping a lot of these for personal collection. I'd like to know a little bit about their worth in case anybody's come across them in the past. So first up here, we have this set of 11 Ultraman monsters. Couldn't find a year in the box, but I believe it's from the early 90s. And unlike the picture on the front, I do believe you are meant to color these guys. So here they are in the original container. And removed. And next up, now I believe these were like little store Godzilla figures that I believe might have gone for like $4 a piece if I'm reading the currency correctly. Now, as you can see, like from the little store display, I'm not entirely sure what all that says. But these little guys, I got a good 25 of them here. I spent 25 on the box. So this comes up and show the little guys I got. Now, there are other monsters in here besides Godzilla monsters. You can see a few Ultraman monsters over there. Godzilla, Gigan. I believe these little monkey guys might be King Kong. And these little guys, if you can see it, are on little rolly wheels. Some of them, like this one here, I believe has a little stamp on the bottom of it. So this might be a little Gigan stamp. But they're really neat. Here's a nice little chibi Godzilla in the stamp. So these might have been fun little things for kids to pick up on their way home from school or something, but they're really neat. I thought the box art was really cool. Never seen anything quite like this, so I decided to grab it. But if anybody has any idea a little bit about the background of these things or their rarity, let me know in the comments, please. So in the back here, we have this nice Godzilla minifigure set from the 50th anniversary, so around the time Final Wars came out. And this guy opened up like this, and you got a collection of little figures in here. We have some of the monsters from Final Wars, plus a few extra, because Biollante or Megaris was not in Final Wars. But I thought this was a pretty neat set, so I decided to pick it up. Here are all the Biollante tentacles and tails of the other monsters here. What's really cool is this box is actually still sealed and is in the better condition of all the items. But I believe it's because it's not as old as all the other ones, which are from the early 90s. Okay, let's get on to the next set of items. Okay, everybody, so here we have 3 other amazing finds from this estate sale. 3 motorized Godzilla figures. So, from 1993, we have the Godzilla DX figure from the Godzilla movie. He's new in box, has never been removed. All the things are still inside in the original cardboard pieces, although I have opened it up and taken a look at the figure and discovered that he has a nice little rubbery, realistic type skin. He's supposed to walk, and mouth moves up and down, so he might also roar as well. I haven't figured out what kind of batteries he needs, but I'm looking forward to testing him out. Next up, we have these two amazing vintage motorized Godzilla, Mechagodzilla figures. Now, the pictures of these in the estate sale were a big deciding factor in me going, because I knew the age of these particular pieces, but I was just curious what their condition was. And both of these are still new in box and never been removed. Even the display batteries are still next to the figure in the styrofoam. So I know these figures are from the late 70s, not just because of the young little boy's little fashion sense here, but RC toys from the late 70s, all of them had this particular type of RC controller with a little trigger and the very long antenna, both of which, of course, are still in the box. But I knew I'd never come across these figures, and I've never seen them before in any con or convention, so I decided to pick them up, of course. I thought they were pretty decently priced. Mechagodzilla went for $60, and the Godzilla was $75. So I thought they were really, really great finds, and I'm really happy I went to the sale and picked them up. Okay guys, so here we have some more unique items from this sale. Now, I can only guess that these are some kind of vintage Godzilla handkerchiefs, because they are too small to be bandanas or anything of that sort, or maybe some kind of small cloth poster. Now, they are marked Toho Ezo, which I believe predates the Return of Godzilla in '84, so either these are from the late 70s or early 80s. They have very interesting designs of some of the monsters, like this blue Anguillus and blue Radon, but they were unique, and I am definitely always interested in unique Godzilla pieces. So I saw these, wasn't quite sure what they were, so I decided to pick them up. Now underneath these, we had a last minute purchase here. Special thanks to the estate sale attendee Sandy, who brought this out last minute right as I was buying all the rest of the things. They asked if I wanted this, so let's show you what I picked up. We have the Beetleland, I don't know how to say that, Godzilla. I think it's a doorway flag. There's Godzilla right in there. Really nice graphics. I won't be able to come across some reprints of this item, but here we have the original one. Pretty good shape. It even came with its original box. But it is a really nice graphic. I want to say of a nice 70s design of Godzilla. Now, last but not least, we have one of the other items I saw besides the motorized figures, which helped me make the final decision to go to this sale. It is none other than the nostalgic Godzilla paper holder. Still new in box. I remember thinking this thing was a gag gift I saw on a catalog long time ago when it was originally released. And this thing is still new in box. Of course, I don't think anyone would buy this thing used, but I believe it is meant to roar, as you can see right here. But there are none other pieces that people would probably have in their collection that'd be more unique than the Godzilla toilet paper holder. And now I have it in my collection. So I definitely decided to pick it up. So there you have it, guys. This is not everything I picked up from this estate sale. I, of course, go look for collecting purposes, as you see, just seen with all the set of items I picked up, but also from a resale standpoint. Now, while most of the figurines that were non-Godzilla that I wanted were already gone by the time I picked up everything that you saw, I did come across, and you see it in the footage, shelves of laser discs that I thought originally were albums, but I did pick up a pretty awesome stack of vintage laser discs, and I think I might have hit a home run with one of them. So stay tuned for those. Okay, everybody, so here are the 2 stacks of laser discs that I pick up. We're going to start with this stack first because I'm going to keep the first few in this stack I'm going to show you. Now, I've always been a fan of Creature from the Black Lagoon, so when I saw it on Laserdisc, I decided I'm definitely picking it up just so I can add to the collection. And here we have Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 91. War of the Gargantuas. And Rodan. Now, here start the Laserdisc that I will end up listing online. We have the sci-fi classic, The Time Machine. Invaders from Mars. The original, The Thing. Tarzan the Ape Man. Earth versus the Flying Saucers. Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. Thunderbirds Are Go. The Day the Earth Stood Still. And the Jurassic Park collection. Over here we have Alien. Aliens. Dune. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Clockwork Orange. Terminator. Terminator 2. And Predator 2. Now, the one under this, I was quite surprised when I saw its value online. I don't know if I'm going to get anywhere close to that number, but I guess given the rarity of this particular movie in Laserdisc, VHS, maybe even DVD, warrants such a price. I'm definitely going to be trying to list it for that price because it will basically recoup a good chunk of what I spent on all of this estate sale. It is none other than Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, I don't own a Laserdisc player to test this out, but it does look like it's in really good condition. So I'm hoping to get, at first, a local buyer, but if not, I will be listing it online. So it was quite a unique find. I got my 2 cents of a Laserdisc education at this estate sale, so I'm definitely going to be looking for rare sci-fi and horror Laserdiscs from here on out. And I suggest you do the same if you ever come across these at any garage sale or estate sale. So there you have it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this haul from this amazing estate sale. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you will leave a comment and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.